There is huge uncertainty out there right now, but one thing I'm certain of, we are a nation that has been shaped because of our experiences, and they often have been tough, harsh and unpredictable. That is when New Zealanders are at their best. That is when we rally, when we look after one another, when we care for the most vulnerable. So, Mr. Speaker, my final message is this to New Zealanders: be strong, but be kind. We will be okay.
So that was Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, and that video clip was from One News. Yun nga, a lot has happened, to say the least. Sabi ko nga, no, March pa lang, 2020, kalma. But anyway, for this video, I thought I'll just do a quick summary of what has happened here in New Zealand in light of COVID-19, where things are, and just to share my personal experience as well. So, the first COVID-19 case here in New Zealand was reported on Feb 28, 2020, and since then, there were measures put into place to address these growing concerns. For example, there were travel restriction and self-isolation requirements for those who are traveling or returning to New Zealand. And the government also announced a 12.1 billion package to help health, support people and businesses, provide income support. And from the initial travel restriction, it was moved to a temporary border closure for most foreign travelers. And more recently, last March 20, the government rolled out 4-level alert system, and we were initially on level 2. New Zealand's 4-level COVID-19 alert system specifies public health and social measures to be taken against COVID-19. The alert system means people can see and plan for the kinds of restriction that may be required to put in place. This includes increasing or decreasing limits on human contact, travel, and business operations. When the alert level was still at level 2, these were the measures that were recommended. And as the confirmed cases of COVID-19 increases, there was also a growing need to move the level alert from 2 to 3. So that was what happened last Monday, and we were actually given 48 hours notification that the alert level will move to the highest level, level 4. When New Zealand was still at alert level 3, these were the measures that were recommended. During this time, we were also given 48 hours notification that the alert level will increase from level 3 to level 4. So I had some time to plan things out and shop on businesses that will likely close during alert level 4. During the recording of this video, New Zealand is currently at alert level 4, eliminate. This means that based on the risk assessment, there is sustained and intensive transmission and widespread outbreaks. Therefore, we were instructed to stay at home, educational facilities are closed, businesses are closed except for essential services like supermarkets, pharmacies, clinics, and lifeline utilities. There's also rationing of supplies and requisitioning of facilities. Travel is severely limited, and there's a major reprioritization of healthcare services. So I think for me, I found comfort in watching the daily press briefing of the Prime Minister, of the Director General of Health, just because you kind of feel like you are part of the process, that instead of being talked at or given instructions, you actually feel like you're part of this whole plan. So I do appreciate that. For my family, we have a small family here in New Zealand, myself, my husband, and our daughter. I felt like we were given opportunity to sort out our things, our plan of what's gonna happen, because we're gonna be on alert level 4 for minimum of 4 weeks. Obviously, depending on what our confirmed cases numbers are, hopefully the things that we are doing now will eventually pay off. As with your situation in your country, our healthcare system is also not perfect. It'll be difficult to cope with the sudden surge of patients with COVID-19, along with dealing the normal numbers as it is. Normal number of patients with other conditions.
If you want to read more details about COVID-19 pandemic timeline as it happens here in New Zealand, you can go to shorthand.radionz.co.nz. It shows a thorough timeline from December 2019 up to present, and it is regularly updated.
Nurses wanting to move to New Zealand. So we're still not sure what's going to happen in the future, details about visa, immigration, CAP processes. And I know there are some people who have already received their CAP letter and they were given instructions that the CAP start date is going to be moved forward because of the lockdown. So I suppose if you already have your CAP letter, then just keep an eye on that information. As always, you can ask questions directly to your school provider. But my suggestion for now, exercise more patience. The exchange of information between you and the school provider may not be as quick as what you would want it to be, but again, just be a little more patient during this time. And if you are still on your early phase of your application, then it will be a good time to review the documents that you need to submit. And you may want to look at English test review materials, to give you a better chance of passing your IELTS or OET.
I will continue to create videos relevant to nursing registration and what it's like living here in New Zealand, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Challenging times ahead, yes, but I think we can do this. As always, I wish you all the best with your journey and I hope you'll always be blessed.